Hey guys, it's your girl Sissy. Welcome to this channel. I'm so happy to have you here today, and I'm excited to be here for us to have this chat actually. So this is actually long overdue. I've wanted to share this before, but I felt okay, it's common knowledge, everybody knows about this. But from the happenings around me recently, I found that girl, no knowledge is common. Why not just share? You might not know who might benefit from this or who might learn from it. Okay, and you watching this video today shows I actually did that video. So I should say kudos to me. So before we dive right into it, from the caption, you should know what I wanted to talk about is obviously about marriage. Yeah. Before now, marriage used to be something every girl looks forward to, every girl prays for, every girl fantasizes about. But now, marriage is scary. Just a mention of it, just a mention of I want to marry you. Girls are scared. That's why most times you see some of them prefer just go out there, get pregnant, have their own babies and take care of them. And the society is growing. Girls now make their own money, become their own bosses, and don't have to rely on men. Yeah, if we don't talk about these things, or if we don't show people how beautiful marriage can be, we'll end up having a next generation that is void of marriage. People won't be thinking about marriages anymore. Our growing daughters wouldn't have an example to look up to. They wouldn't have models to look up to. So having said that, I want to start with the fact that marriage is still a beautiful thing. Marriage is still a beautiful art of God. Why? Because God made it, and the Bible said whatever God makes is beautiful. So without talking so much about it, I just want to remind us about some things I feel we have forgotten, or maybe we are neglecting, or maybe we're just ignorant about, okay, that I've actually experienced. These are first-hand experiences I had that worked for me. Who knows, it might work for someone out there. So sometimes the problem we have in marriages is not that we have bad marriages. Sometimes most of the problem is we did not listen, we did not see, we did not open our eyes, we did not pray. We did not listen to God's directions. We did not see what He was saying before the marriage. The problem in our marriages sometimes started even before we got married. So if young people could, or singles could, always be very careful, not marry for the wrong reasons. We see some of these things even before we get married, and some people just casually call it nothing. Okay, but today, I'm going to talk about just two things. One is what we have forgotten, and the second is what I think we should know. And these two things I'm going to talk about is, one, the first one I forgot. The second one I didn't know till this year. So let's get right into it. One is, guys, what happened to I will die for you, lay down my life for you, the only thing that means everything to me? Did I will die for you and lay down my life for you, did it end in relationships? Did it end when we were just dating, or when we were still courting? What happened to doing extra things for your man, or doing extra things for your woman? What happened to going the extra mile? You know, I began to think about it, and I found out that some of these things that we were doing when we were dating, or when we were still in courtship, were the things that actually pushed us to this point. And now when we come to marriage, we forget so many of those things that led us into the marriage, and we just, oh, we are married, case closed. I remember in relationships, guys can go extra miles just to please the woman they want to get married to. The ladies can go extra miles just to make sure the man they are courting, or the man they are dating, is happy. But now, simple things in marriages you can help your spouse do is now becoming too inconducive for you, too uncomfortable for you. Just little things. And What matters in marriages are not the big things. They are little everyday things. For example, what happens to men after maybe preparing for church and cleaning their shoes, asking their wives, honey, which shoe are you wearing? Let me polish yours for you too. What happens to all that? What happened to women are not ironing their clothes and asking their men which clothes they are wearing for church and ironing theirs too? Now is everybody to your tent, O Israel. What happens to, baby, please can you come pick me from the salon? I can't get an Uber or anything. The next thing you hear is, madam, find your way. What happens to those little extra things? What happened to coming back from work and you branch on the suya joint and get suya for your wife, or get whatever your wife likes? Why? Because you know it's going to make her happy. What happens to not doing something because you're asked to do it, but because you know, oh, your intuition told you, oh, my wife or my husband is going to love this thing, and you just do it? What happens to all that? Going extra mile for your spouse. We did all those things when we were in relationships. You know what you did? Some people can go as far as coming out at midnight or even traveling all through the night just to see somebody they claim to love. But in marriages, simple things that are maybe extra or just a little bit uncomfortable becomes issues. I think we should go back to when we find pleasure making sure that our spouses are happy. When we find pleasure making sure that they are comfortable. Come on, guys, I think we should go back to all these things. These little things are what make marriages beautiful. They are what makes marriages last. It's not as if you're not going to have issues, but these things makes, sometimes you have issues and it's like, who cares? The next day, everybody's okay. Or even a few minutes after, everybody's okay. Nobody's having grudges in the heart. So please, let's go back to, going extra miles. Doing something extra for our spouses, sorry. Okay, they are not, you can't treat your husband the way you treat other men. You can't treat your wife the way you treat other ladies. What is the difference? It's just extra things you do for them, the extra way you look at them, extra things you buy, the extra gestures you give. Those are the little things that we are talking about. Not even the big ones, no. Guys, we can do better, all right? So the second thing I'm about to talk about is what I think we should know. Before now, I did not know, that is the truth. People were talking about it, but I didn't it wasn't something for me. It wasn't real for me. And what is this? This is what they call love language. Trust me, before now, if there was anything called love language, I don't care. To me, if I love you, I love you. If you love me, you love me. So there shouldn't be any special thing called love language. And when I was, trying to think about this whole thing, I found out that our parents had love languages, just that they didn't have a name for it, okay? But, our generations, we oversabi, so we coin names for everything. We have a name to everything. And I remember it took me back to the days when I was younger. My dad loves ogbono soup. So because of that, my mom will always make ogbono soup. She will make it every other day. We, the kids, we don't really like ogbono soup, but because my dad loves it, my mom does not really, really care if we like it or not. We have to eat it as long as the husband is happy. All right. And because of that, you see, my daddy sings praises to my mom. I did not see them have much quarrels. I know they are humans, they have fights once in a while, but my mom was doing something my dad loves, and that settles it for her. Okay, now they are still living in peace. Everybody is out of the house. They are still enjoying their ogbono soup, and they are still living in peace by the grace of God. So that is what love language can do. My mom found out, and she kept to it, and it's working for her. In your marriage, find out what your spouse calls love. What you are giving him or her might not be love for her. What you think you're showing him or her might not be what he or she wants. All right. So this is both ways, both for the men and the women. Now, you have to find out. For example, for ladies, some ladies' love language might be companionship, it might be attention, it might be help, like extending hands of help, maybe around the house. Some ladies just like maybe when they are in the kitchen, their husband can just stay around them and gist with them, even if he's not doing anything, but just stay around, and ask, okay, what's going on, and all that and all that. Now, for people like me that felt before now, this is what how I felt, that love or being a good woman is just, take care of the house, make sure the house is good, make sure there is food, make sure the kids are doing well, and all that and all that. And I forgot that I'm also a wife to somebody. I'm not just a homekeeper. I'm not a maid. I'm a wife. I should do my wifely duties. I should love my husband. Even the Bible says, so I should love my husband. How? I should find out what this man calls love, what that man sees as love. Okay, so, and this is vice versa. Now, we forgot these things, and some women just think, oh, being a good person is just taking care of the home and making sure the home is all right, everybody's cool, and your husband is being deprived, or your wife is being deprived of the most important thing he or she wants. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a thing called love language. And how do you find out? Ask, communicate. Ask your husband, ask your wife, what do you want me to do? What do you like me to be doing? What is your love? What do you see as love? Ask them. You're not fighting. Ask. So you know. Okay? Because we might just be going around doing every other thing, and that one thing we need to do, we are not doing it. Now, let's take a place in the Bible. When Jesus visited Mary and Martha, Mary was at the feet of Jesus listening to him, and Martha was in the kitchen preparing a dish for the visitor, which is Jesus, and which is the right thing to do. But Mary was at the feet of Jesus listening to him. So when Martha came out and saw Mary, Martha said to Jesus, she said, Master, please, can you tell Mary to come to the kitchen and help me so we can make food for you? What did Jesus tell her? Jesus said to Martha, Martha, Mary has chosen the most important thing. The most important thing. Remember, Martha was doing what was right. She was preparing food for the visitor, but Mary was doing the most important thing. Now, this got me thinking. It means that sometimes you might just be doing everything right, but not the most important thing. So, in your marriage, don't just want to do everything right. Find out the most important thing, especially between you spouse, because you guys are going to be in this forever as Christ tarries. The kids will grow up and leave, but it is you and this guy. Find out what is the most important thing to you. What do you want me to be doing? What makes you feel loved? What do I do and you feel, oh, I'm showing you love? Find it and start doing it, so that we don't do everything else right and we miss the most important things we're supposed to be doing. So, having said this, I believe I've talked to someone. I believe someone is going to grab something from it. In summary, 2 things. Go extra mile for your spouse. Do something extra for them. And second, find their love language. Find what makes them feel love. And thank you so much for staying till now. If you have any opinion, if you have a suggestion, if you have anything to say, please drop it on the comment section. We are open to learning. I'm here to learn, even as I'm saying what I've learned from experience. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that you get other upcoming videos. Thank you so much.